Hello and welcome. You're watching DBMN TV. This is Monlisa Rumbai, bringing you the news and events from Meghalaya. Here are the headlines for today. Cabinet of Ministers decides to do away with 2 bills in the first cabinet. Chief Minister orders the allocation of portfolios amongst the ministers. Paim Ainam claims sanat granted by KJDC. And Chief Minister promises to provide service with equality. Another news in detail. The cabinet ministers of the new government, known as the MDA-2, on the 9th, agreed with a unanimous decision on 2 bills, which includes the Meghalaya Amendment Bill 2023 and to revise the Meghalaya Regulations Gaming Act 2021. The 2 mentioned bills will be eliminated in the budget session to be held soon. Further, the Cabinet of Ministers agreed on 3 ministers to be the spokesperson of the government, which includes Amprin Lingdo, Paul Lingdo and Marcus Marak.
Very good afternoon to everyone. And we just concluded the first cabinet meeting of the MDA 2.0 government. And in the cabinet meeting, we have taken up 2 important agendas. The first is to bring in the Contingency Fund of Meghalaya Amendment Bill 2023. If you remember, we had brought in an ordinance for that. So now that the House is in session and we have to bring this in the House, we have brought this now in the form of a bill. Similarly, the second agenda was to pass the repeal of the Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Act 2021. As you are aware, we had passed an ordinance to repeal the Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Act 2021, and today, as the session is on, we are going to put it in the form of a bill, and the Meghalaya Regulation Gaming Act will be repealed. So these were the 2 decisions that were taken today in the cabinet. The other things that were discussed was that we will be officially putting up 3 spokespersons of the cabinet, apart from myself and Preston Tinsong, who is our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister. We have decided that Kong Amprin Lingdo, Mr. Marcus Marak and Paul Lingdo, these 3 cabinet ministers will be the official spokesperson of the cabinet. So these were the few decisions that were taken.
To your cabinet.
So the list will come out in the evening today. I am just finalizing the final list, and by afternoon I'll be sending it to the Honorable Governor for approval.
So the budget session is going to commence soon.
Yes.
Will it be a vote on account, or will it be full budget?
So the budget session is going to commence on the 20th of this month, and or rather I should say it will be continuing because it has just been adjourned till the 20th to 0, and the full budget will be passed during this session, and we are waiting for the BAC to meet to finalize the exact dates.
So BAC is meeting on Monday.
Yes, I'm told that the BAC is meeting on Monday.
How long the session will be?
So the BAC will decide when they meet.
But is it necessary that budget session should complete before 31st March? Because
it is healthy. It's good to do it because then we can start the work and process quickly. Because now if we go for only vote on account, then it will be only for the first quarter, and then we'll have to meet again. So, and then the full budget picture does not come out. So the team has been working in the last many months to complete the budget exercise, which in fact started a long time back, even before the elections were announced. So therefore, the finance department is very much ready with a full budget.
In your mind, what would be the new thing in the budget?
You'll have to wait and see. That's what the whole point is.
The Governor of Meghalaya, Phagu Chauhan, on the advice of the Chief Minister, announced the allocation of portfolios amongst the Chief Minister, Deputy Ministers and Ministers with immediate effect. Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma, in charge of Cabinet Affairs, Finance, Forest and Environment, Home Political Department, Planning Department, Mining and Geology Department, Elections Department, Personnel and AR Department, Program Implementation and Evaluation Department, Information Technology and Communication Department. Preston Tunsong, Deputy Chief Minister, Home Police Department, Public Works Department, R, Public Work Department B, District Council Affairs Department and Parliamentary Affairs Department. Snya Bhalang Dhar, Deputy Chief Minister, Urban Affairs Department, Transport Department, Commerce and Industries Department of Prisons and Correctional Services. Alexander Lalu Hek, Minister, Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Department, Fisheries Department, Printing and Stationery Department and Secretariat Administration Department. Dr. Maisel Amprin Lingdo, Minister, Health and Family Welfare Department, Law Department, Information and Public Relations Department, and Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Department. Paul Lingdo, Minister, Social Welfare Department, Tourism Department, Arts and Culture Department, and Textiles Department. Coming One Umbon, Minister, Food Civil Supplies and Consumer Affairs Department, Water Resources Department, Home Civil Defence and Home Guards Department, and Cooperation Department. Shri Abu Tahir Mondal, Minister, Power Department, Community and Rural Development Department, and Taxation Department. Kirman Shillong, Minister, Excise Department, Revenue, Disaster Management Department, Legal Metrology Department, and Home Passport Department. Shri Marcus N. Marak, Minister, Public Health Engineering Department, Housing Department and Soil and Water Conservation Department. Shri Rakam A. Sangma, Minister, Education Department, General Administration Department and Border Areas Development Department. Shaklayar Warjri, Minister, Sports and Youth Affairs Department and Labour Department, Registration and Stamps Department. After the power and support granted to the Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council KHADC by the ministers and eminent personalities of Hima Malay in the selection of his aim, which took place few months ago, it handed Paim Ainam with a sanat as the full-fledged aim of Hima Malay on the 9th of March in the office of Hima Maukhar. Titos W. Khan, CEM, himself on the 9th of March handed the sanat in the hands of the new aim of Hima Malay at a meeting held in the office of the Hima, witnessed by family members, ministers and eminent personalities of the respective Hima.
Haganika Janmiet Angkat kecingin dan angkat jangki EM jangka Executive Committee Pok kecingin lam kecengan CM angkat kecing sakilang kecongpi ki menteri ki bakrau ki bahien asam jong paim ainam manik sim barok ki ramba Shillong kat bidan na tempur angkat nanti ki perlok na kalian ke media press jangan kapor na IT yang ke sana hai paim aina manik sim jong kamel Hima Malay kumbang ke district council kala menjut bakong sim jong ke Hima Malay kumta ke executive committee Khasi Autonomous District Council katum ke section 5 jong ke Khasi Autonomous District appointment and succession of CM Deputy CM Electors and Rambachnong of Millennium Steamship Act 2007 kumbalapan baha hadu menta kala sobha batung yipi kum CM Bapura jong ka Hima Malay kat kum kikendon harum Balingko himsdam no ya kejing rekam bak kejing long CM jong ki kanne serta lem dah laweng no ya ki na takam na kabanta kanu kejing le palat jauti ni na kilulu kidau kibabiang hinhab ako kejing panyat ke Khasi Autonomous District Council na dong syadong bat kidai ban ko mu yaki hukum baru kibami na ke executive committee ni na ulunu officer jongka yau bala aibor na kabanta kata bapinwa jimut ni jimbit na ki han kinu kikam Hisham juga kebalai harba penyai ya kesincar ada Hima penyarap ya ki dari tempat jangka STP Kaban Kentup Yagi Menteri Lindo Abasan Dibalong Katkum Section 2H jangka Khasier Autonomous District Appointment and Succession of CM Deputy CM Electors and Rambachnong of Milliam CM Act 2007 Kumbala Penbaha Hadu Mata Yagi Kerteng Jang kita Gitkwat Balajir Pimpentip Syaka STP Committee Khasier Autonomous District Council Bakan Menjur Basau Pinpenyai ya kesensyar kada jong kehima Katkum ki ahan ki ru jong kehima Milliam Bat ki ap ki ru jong ke District Council Kalala penjari Bat ya kiba kandang penjari Na bawai ka pos bawai pat Ya ki wai pat ki kam Ba on empat hawan Pinpenyai katkum kiri ki rustur Kiba judan hata hima Wasan Pinpenyai ya kekam bisyar hakim ukot doma Diwani nipoi dari Katkum Kirur Malatho at the United Khasijai Hill Autonomous District Administration of Justice Rule 1953 Kumbalapan Maha Adu Mata Yiki Kerteng Gidkhot Jong Ka Additional Subordinate District Council Code Hima Milliam Hidei Ben Pentip Syaka STP Committee Khasier Autonomous District Council Khnang On Menjur Shwaban Nak Trikam Kabanri Pindai Ban Thao Ya Budget Kapan I ya Jingmang Na Kabanta Ki Jingmi Bat Ki Jinglut Jong Ki Hima Ka Jong Ki Na Kabanta Ka Snem Ka Babut Bat Ban Pen I Ru Ya Ka Jinglut Jing Sep Jong Ka Snem Baladep Babin Syak Syaka Syaka STP Committee Hapo Jong Panai Leber Man Ka Snem Khnang Bakan Khmi Perkhat Bat Ai Ka Jing Menjur Halo Jong Ka Nalo kata Fidei Ban Bu Jing Khen Biang Po Biang Ya Baro Ki Jingmi Bat Jinglut Kibaman lau punai jong ke hima, bat kaga berkut jong ke senam. Ide ban pa eka statement kepapen I ya baro kijingmi bat jinglut seka STP Committee. Bat nomor jong ke District Council mata kesini, kendai terik jong punai leber, jong usnam arah jahat alkulat.
Nga waina manik sim nga pediang mat menjur ya kani ka kam sim jong Hima Milliam kumbala pin khamti katkum kitei kendon balabo menta kasni kaba khandai tere jong punai lebe atho asulai nanti yang di sana kung kecing penskam ya kecing long sim berkurang jom ba ainam manik si subhanallah ya Pak.
The Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma promised to serve the people of the entire state with equality, avoiding biasness despite the fact that NPP possesses maximum number of MLAs from Garo Hills in the new Meghalaya Legislative Assembly, which started functioning recently after the 2023 elections. He exclaimed that MDA government understands the gravity of the responsibility it had taken up, which ultimately is the reason behind the selection of 8 ministers from Khasi Jaintia Hills and 4 from Garo Hills, even though maximum 1 from the Garo Hills.
Yes, there have been large number of MLAs from Garo Hills, but as I said, we have 4 berths have gone to Garo Hills and 8 ministers are there from Khasi Hills and Jaintia Hills. But we are trying to balance things out. We know that, of course, everybody will have their desire and to represent the district or the region, but it's not always possible because we have limitations, and therefore I don't encourage that it has to be seen that way all the time, that because it's been 18 here and 4 here. These concerns are there, and I don't say that they are not important. They are important, but at the end of the day, while we form a government and we work for the government, we have to keep in mind that at the end of the day, it is really about what is in the best interest of the state, and that should be the primary criteria to decide on how we move forward. And other criteria also should be taken into consideration, but at the end, the top priority is whatever is or what is in the best interest of the state. See, when the time comes, we will discuss this matter. But yes, obviously, the representation of the NPP in the cabinet is maybe not as much as one would want it to be, because, as I said, the numbers are large. But as I said, we have certain circumstances under which we have to work, and we'll have to sometimes make adjustments, and that's what we have done. But we will definitely explore the option of that also in the future.
A headless body of a man was dumped in Umyam Lake few days ago. On the 9th of January, the other parts was recovered floating in the lake. According to the sources, the deceased was identified as Omeka Murthong from Maulangud, a father of 5 and a taxi driver by profession. The sight of the body parts of the deceased floating on the bank of the river prompted the policeman to take action and recover the body. The police sent the body parts to Nongpo Civil Hospital for post-mortem and complete the rest of the procedures.
Ini senang tem senja ki bahin ki pentip tinggi wat le senang lewat kumba saus ni ai awat mar dengan senang. Ini sini tu kira ki bahin. Ki bahin ngau. Senang tahu te di ilang babiang, long ikon gundu ke jing tu senang tahu. Long ilang perang ha. Long trei lang. Long di lot sim bob ni trei lang senang kentam di kau jing senang. Long di ba nono kam ni pha long inti sila. Oh, lele jini kong pasna watini premjur kenyi taki nalek kam seni, guru seni, guru peman lak benong. Ba ketinggal jengki kalau sudah palan, panglen guru senang dan kecil penrem bajur iki. Paling ikat paru dalam kating kulit department kepala pakin. Ajing relam itu senang ban pintu lang iki. Bahar penek kami kile taki rong ba cili na kam seni. Tes kowe lele jini kong senang. Nikwa ba ningkwa ba nikam kan sukut nak kum ni ikwa ba lele ke police department kan himkhia kan yaiwat ni bala berman mak kum kam ba ule kalau ka ai kam ka segment la ban ong mi taru berman kita ni sungai kerpat long ka bala ya ka sin part terpulit pakan yai teng ban wat ini briu ini briu ki ba sim ini cin ni ru ba apa senang bat ba ken agi pun saja ka badai ki kum police department kalap ilap na sang begitu jingkia kan menjadi apa senang pak tahu, kan lasik kedai kesing menengkong kedai kesing kadu, kumahan Shillong ni kadang katan jenis teh.
Thomas A. Sangma, NPP candidate who competed for the seat of the Speaker of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly on the 9th of March, claimed the seat with ease since there were no MLAs from the Congress, AITC and VPP to compete against him. The Commissioner Secretary Andrew Simons of the Legislative Assembly on the previous day informed that no one came to submit their names to compete for the seat of the Speaker except for Thomas A. Sangma. It is evident that all the 59 MLAs rejoiced over the section. They expressed their joy for the easy victory of Thomas A. Sangma as the new Speaker of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly.
In reply to what Epistle Paul, I would say, of this House, on this occasion I also remind each one of us of the legendary reply of Speaker Lenthal of British House of Commons in the mid-60s when the House of Commons was attached by King Charles I. Asserting the privilege of Parliament, the Speaker said to the King, "May it please your Majesty, I have neither eyes to see, nor tongue to speak, in this place, but as this house is pleased to direct me, whose servant I am. As Speaker, I want to express my sincerest appreciation to every one of you for the confidence you have placed in me and for the great responsibility that have been entrusted to me. I wish to take this opportunity to warmly welcome our newly elected members and also welcome back the returning members to this august house. I humbly submit to the wisdom of all the honorable members of this august house who have reposed faith and trust on me and found me fit to occupy this post. It will be my endeavor to see that the privilege and interest of this house and the legislature is protected and uphold the tradition of parliamentary democracy. It will also be my endeavor to gain the confidence of all the members of this august house and looked into their interests irrespective of party affiliation. At the same time, I also look forward to constructive advice and suggestions from both sides of the house, particularly from some of the most senior and experienced members that we are having in this 11th house. As we all know, the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly also has the reputation of being one of the most disciplined house in the country. And I'm sure we will continue to maintain this tradition coupled with good standard of debate.
The Literary Club of Satiraja Memorial Secondary School organized a celebration observing the International Women's Day on the 9th of March, which was participated by the teachers, parents, students and government officers and spectators from adjacent regions. During the celebration, Bandrilan Lingdo, Block Resource Person SSA Umsning, delivered a speech on the essence of education for young women. Young girls has the right to avail educational opportunities and disregard working as maids or in construction sites or any activity as a daily wage laborer. El Lapang was also venerated for her contribution towards the growth and development of the school.
Quality education kamot ba yin yok lut ya ki jinam ki jingtip ki badon shabar jong kakwat and beyond the textbook, learning beyond the textbook kamot bangin pule kam jeliu lane kam sanjangai susu ya ki ka bamdon ha ko kakwat pule te kane ka school kade ka nuksan ka benta ka quality education namar ngai ki bahan ne ki no hikai ki ai lap dia ki kena bakin yang bakin organize ki ya program bakin long kita ki leader bakin long kita ki nong yalam kani kadi kata ka quality education ka bakiyo like na ka ba ki pule ko school ko kamera kelas like na ka ba ki snap ya ke jingkai jong ki no hikai bakiyo ru shibun ki co-curricular activities kamot ki wei pak ki jingkai kumbala patai dai principal syakma bagi don kita ki club kidon kita ki sport club ki science club bakum kater ter kani kasim ka bani kong ne se haka jinya ganti ka jonga ka bang yo snow kita ki aka bang snow sarong ru ya la de po oi kumbala ong da US ba tingken ki la menong he ka school kum kata ka dosbin andre ka jing snow ka jonga barobot dingem teng ya kimar ki bagnim pendon kam shu la de kimar ki bom la kam ni jubret ki dosbin dingem ni kenya ka bakadeka jaka ban bret ya kimar jon la ne ya ki tia ki bom la kam shu den re ni de ban kan mau ba teng habang ni pek habang ni wat banyak pat de hapo jong ka dosbin ni la ban syam sipun ki tiar ki ba kordor dingem kimi sipun ki tiar ki ba la kam ba ki ban ni dak la ban pendon kam.
So viewers, that is all we have for today. Until we meet again, thank you for watching.